Right now, the internet is rapidly filling up with automated software bots. We have reached a point where artificial intelligence can perfectly mimic human writing, create digital art, and even copy our voices. We used to prove we were real people by passing simple tests, like clicking pictures of traffic lights on a website. But today, AI can bypass those tests in seconds. This creates a massive problem for the internet. To keep platforms secure, we need a reliable way to check IDs at the door and ensure that only real, living humans are allowed inside the human economy. If we lose the ability to tell the difference between a real person and a piece of software, the basic trust we rely on to use the internet collapses. Enter Sam Altman. He is the creator of ChatGPT, and he co-founded WorldCoin, a project designed to address the identity challenges created by the technology he helped build. To prove you are human, the project uses a physical metallic device called the Orb, which is designed to take a detailed scan of your eye. When you look into the orb, it maps the unique patterns of your iris. It then translates that biological scan into a unique World ID, creating mathematical proof that you are flesh and blood and not a bot. Building a global identity network is an incredibly ambitious goal, but we have to remember that building technology does not automatically make a project a successful financial investment. To understand if the WorldCoin token, known as WLD, is a good trade, we have to look closely at the math of supply and demand. Right now, the network is valued at roughly $1.1 billion. There are 3.3 billion tokens currently in the hands of users, out of a total of 10 billion that will eventually exist. Imagine a factory printing 5.1 million tokens daily. This relentless supply floods the market, acting like a weight that creates constant downward selling pressure. But by July 2026, the factory shuts down half its printers, dropping daily token creation 43% to 2.9 million. Large financial players are already responding. A publicly traded company recently disclosed they are holding a massive reserve of 283 million WorldCoin tokens. This change in the schedule represents the most significant reduction in the number of tokens entering the market since the project began. This chart shows the reality of WorldCoin's historical price action. We can trace the token from its peak of $11.74, plunging all the way down to a low of just 23 cents. That massive 97% drop represents early buyers giving up and selling. But recently, the token bounced off that bottom to 38 cents. The first major resistance level sitting ahead is right in the 45 to 50 cent range. We now have low prices meeting an influx of institutional cash. This creates a market setup that is different from any prior moment in the project's history. Let's weigh the evidence. On the positive side, large institutions have arrived on chain, and the upcoming cut to the daily supply is a mathematical certainty. On the negative side, large holders have sold off during every prior price rally. Currently, WorldCoin ranks number 1 for the risk of insiders selling their own tokens. WorldCoin is a high-risk trade centered on a specific calendar event. It requires active monitoring rather than a long-term investment you can simply ignore. To participate, you can trade the token on centralized platforms like Binance or OKX. If you prefer to trade directly on the blockchain without using a traditional middleman, you can use a community-led tool like Uniswap. Will the July supply cut be the turning point WorldCoin has been waiting for? Drop your price target in the comments below. As always, this video is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. Please do your own research before investing.